This is the 2012 Volkswagen Tiguan. Features the 2-liter 4-cylinder that's turbocharged with the 4matic all-wheel drive system. It is mated to an automatic dual clutch transmission that seems to work pretty good for the most part in terms of giving you a good sporty drive, especially when it's in sport mode. I do like the overall styling of this car. I think it's both very Volkswagen-esque and modern, and just looks really nice and clean. Dashboard's laid out very nicely. I do like the clean lines. I do also like the contrast of the black and the tan interior. It gives a good modern feel to it. Good tactical feeling on all the surfaces in here. There is some plastic, but it's not, doesn't feel cheap, you know what I mean? It doesn't have that cheap plastic feel to it. So I do also like the round vent systems. I think it gives you a lot more flexibility. Instead of just one big vent, you can kind of, you know, position them differently. So that's kind of neat. It does also have a pretty good stereo system as well. This particular model does feature CD playback, of course, that will play back MP3 encoded CDs as well as WMA. It does also have Sirius satellite radios. As you can see, I got that on now. And one of the other neat features is it does support Bluetooth audio. So if you have a cell phone that has that kind of technology support, you're good to go there. And of course, it does have the Bluetooth integration for the voice communication as well. So overall, a neat little stereo. It's not quite as good sounding as the Fender system as Volkswagen does have in some of their higher end models. However, it does sound pretty decent. So I would turn it up, but there's really no way to translate that properly over the microphone of a camera. Going down to the heater control system, you can notice that it is not a dual climate control system. However, it does have dual heated leather seats in the front. You just push that and there's 3 different modes on either side. So those seats work very well. They do get nice and toasty. One of my only complaints really about this particular control system is the fact that when you go over here, it's hard to tell sometimes until you get used to it what mode the heater system is on. So for example, this is defrost. We've got vent system here, but it's not really easy that easy to make out from the driver's position, especially when you're just going down the road and trying to get it to the right setting. So if Volkswagen can improve that a little bit, that would be great. As I mentioned earlier, there is a dual clutch transmission in here, and as you can see, it's got a really cool shifter on it. I do like the tactile feel of this control. It doesn't feel cheesy or cheapened at all. It's got a good, nice metal finish, and of course, there's a button here on this side that will actually just let you go back out of park, and it also is the button you have to hit to go from drive down to sport mode. Sport mode is my favorite mode to keep it in when I'm buzzing around town. It helps the gears hold a lot longer, and it definitely feels more likened to driving a manual transmission, which I think, mated with the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder motor, is a great pairing. So having said that, I did notice there were times when the transmission, especially when it was just in drive mode, seemed to have a hard time finding the right gear sometimes, or downshifting at the right times, and it felt like at times it would kind of just be lugging a little bit. So as you can see, there is an electronic brake here, got some cup holders here, and going here, the middle console. You know, this is something Volkswagen's been doing for a little bit now, and they got native iPhone, iPod hookups here. I'm not really sure why they went iPhone proprietary, especially with so many other phones available in the market. So I kind of wish they would at least have a USB port. Be kind of neat to have. The other complaint that I have here with this particular storage is the fact that, well, they kind of had to have it divided in such a way that it kind of makes it a worthless storage area, because you can't hold a whole lot in there. But anyway, go back over here to the gauges. As you can see, they're nice, round, easy to read gauges like we've seen in the other VWs. There is the information screen as well in the middle of the gauges, as you can control here with the buttons on the steering wheel. So audio, Bluetooth buttons over here, not the cruise control, but the car system buttons are right here, and those will control the data menu there. It does have a rear wiper. It does have interval-based wiper systems with a switch. There is no automatic wiper mode on this particular model, and of course it does have power windows, power locks. No power seats, unfortunately. They're all manual adjustable. Actually, there is kind of a power adjustment right here, and that just tilts the back. So, but that's the only power adjustment on this particular seat. It is a manual seat. So as long as you're okay with that, then it's no big deal. some people might want to get the higher end models that have all the bells and whistles on it. But the other kind of neat thing about this car is it does feature a panoramic roof that goes way back there. Go ahead and open this up, you can see here. So it's essentially an entirely glass roof for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Got kind of a control here, but integrated screen that helps keep the bugs out. And of course there's the sunroof as it's open. It's a very cool feature for the most part. My only criticism for me personally would be the fact that it's only a screen mesh, a perforated screen that blocks the sun out. And for me personally, I know that when I want a dark car, I want a dark car, and I don't want the daylight to be able to peek through it all. So it'd be kind of neat if Volkswagen offered an option where you could have a completely non-perforated retractable ceiling surface there. So it's a good little car. If you're at all in the market for a nice, adequately equipped crossover SUV, then I'd highly recommend you book a test drive today. Would love to know your comments and feedback on the video. Feel free to leave comments below on the YouTube channel. So we'll look forward to tuning in later, guys. Thanks for checking out the Volkswagen Tiguan with me. Thanks.